Apparently, there is a lady who truly believes that women can perform as well as men in combat roles, in actual combat roles.
No offense, but like I feel like maybe your idea of like what war looks like now is like dudes charging at each other with guns, and that's not really how it works
What do you
nowadays.
think war looks like right now, Charlie?
That's a really good question, and her confidence got me curious because she spoke like she knows something about war that the rest of us don't.
It's drone warfare at the moment. We don't really do boots on the ground anymore.
Is
It's
there a lot of
bombs.
drone warfare going on in Russia
It's
and
also
Ukraine?
guerrilla warfare.
Yeah, is there a lot of Russia?
I'm actually not super familiar with Russia and Ukraine.
Isn't it strange that for someone who just claimed to have a superior knowledge of modern warfare is unaware of what's going on in Russia and Ukraine? Isn't that one of the only modern wars going on?
So the Russians brought back the Dragoon. Instead of using a horse, they use a motorcycle instead to outpace drones, and they mount AK-47 machine guns to the front of their motorcycles.
A woman couldn't do that?
Technically, a woman can't do that because a woman can steer a motorcycle and a woman can pull a trigger. So it's just a combination of a motorcycle and a trigger. So technically, a woman can do that. A child can do that as well, but can a woman or a child do that efficiently in the heat of battle? I seriously doubt that.
No, she couldn't. It requires physical strength to do these things.
Yes, I've shot guns before. It's just I don't.
I think shooting a gun in a firing range or even outside, even during hunting, is much different than shooting a gun that's on a bike while you're controlling the bike and the gun at the same time in the heat of battle. I don't think those things are similar. Like, I don't think it's fair to compare those two things.
I'm unclear how a gun being mounted on a motorcycle, you're not having to carry it. You are just riding the motorcycle.
You have to control the motorcycle with your muscles.
The fact that she's finding it difficult to even imagine how it would look like if you're in that situation just shows you how weak her argument is. She's not even getting the mental picture right.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know how motorcycles
Yes,
work.
and the heavier the front end of them is, the more you have to use the muscles to steer
Well,
it.
these probably aren't American.
And by the way, what do you think the
Harley-Davidsons.
110-pound woman's going to do? Kick up the kickstand and keep it up, or
To her credit, I really don't think they would hire a 110-pound woman for active combat. I don't think the military would do that. I understand Andrew is joking, but let's just call a spade a spade.
All right, I feel like that is what the majority of warfare is now: bombs, drones, guerrilla stuff.
She's still trying to make her guerrilla fighting point, and it's not like there's absolutely no guerrilla fighting going on, but that doesn't exhaust the totality of modern warfare.
they have technology, they're going to blow the hell out of each other, right? But then when they blow up each other's technology, it still comes down to infantry-based combat. Why do you think they train people to be infantrymen? Because it still comes down to that.
No one talks about the physical demands of operating some of these military equipments, and the way she imagines these things happening, I think she imagines it like it's a video game, like it's Call of Duty. So basically, all her argument is centered around probably being a drone pilot, where you just sit down and you have a joystick where you're controlling. But if you're out there in the field, even with the tech, some of the tech requires a lot of physical efforts, physical energy to operate. And at that point, whoever is stronger becomes more efficient. And everybody knows that men are physically more capable. So the fact that we now use tech does not eliminate the need for physical strength. The need for physical strength is still there.
Requisite a lot of strength, regardless of technology. And even utilizing technology requires a lot of physical strength. Tanks require loading from shells, carrying tons of shells, carrying tons of equipment and ammunition. And not only that, you have to be more resistant to the elements.
This is the classic feminist rebuttal where if you say something general about women, a feminist will point out that she knows one or two women that don't fit that particular mold. So it must mean your conclusion is wrong.
Well, the me of right now is perhaps, yes, not equipped to do that, but there are certainly women who, carry very heavy loads when they camp or hike.
There is something else Andrew brought up, and I'm really excited he brought this up because I don't hear people talking about this a lot, especially when we're talking about women in combat roles.
Well, there's another reason why you don't want them there. It's because your enemy will capture them and they'll essay them and then they'll send them home pregnant.
I think generally as a new generation, we all don't understand what war is. We think war is some kind of diplomatic thing where you go to talk about the rules and you tell your enemy not to do this and your enemy would agree for some reason. not to do that, even though it would help him win. But I think that's how we imagine war, but that's not how war is at all. War is the absolute worst of mankind. Almost everything, if not anything, is permitted during war. So you really don't want to know what would happen to a woman who is captured during war. You really don't want to know what will happen to her. You are better off not knowing. This is the part that really gets to me, because a lot of these feminists, when they talk about war, they talk about it like it's one cool, enjoyable stuff where you just go there and do cool stuff, you blow things off, and you just have infinite aura. I think that's how they imagine it. They don't imagine what really goes on in war, the brutality. Like, a lot of people come back from war and suffer PTSD from the things they did, not the things other people did. That's how brutal war is. War is not fun at all. And I really don't understand why feminists are trying to get to war. I don't think the men who are even in the military are looking forward to war. Women bring a lot of advantages to the military, including their unique perspective, and that's not nothing. But I think the frontline combat rules should be exclusively for men, because you need the best people in those positions. Men are stronger, and we have a faster reaction time, and that's really relevant during war. That reaction time is really relevant. That's why we hear things like women cannot drive. It's an expression of, I'm not saying women can't drive, because women can obviously drive, but the reason why we find a lot of faults in the way women drive, it has something to do with that reaction time. So if reaction time can show in driving, then imagine how it would show during war. So men are clearly more equipped for that role, and it's really not a matter of political correctness. It's a matter of who is better at the job, and the correct answer is men. So there's no need. It's war. We are trying to save our lives here. So that's all for today. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you enjoy the kind of things I talk about and you want to see my face again, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next video. Peace.